Hello, my name is Bree and welcome to Documented Journey. Today we are doing a flip through of the sketchbook we just finished last video. If you did not see that video, go check it out. It's just a process video of me finishing three pages or three spreads in here. I do answer a ton of questions that my patrons gave me, and I feel the video is really fun and informative, and you get to learn a little bit more about me. But without further ado, let's get into this sketchbook. I have a love-hate relationship with the Etchr sketchbook itself. I love the paper. I hate the cover. So I don't like touching it. It's canvas. So as you see here, I started the sketchbook in June 29th, 2021, and I finished it almost a year later in June 6th, 2022. So some of these spreads are really cool because I make stickers or postcards come out of this sketchbook. And so throughout the sketchbook, I might share with you or show you what I produced from that sketch. As you see here, I have a sticker that is from this sketchbook right here. I absolutely love that sticker. It's probably one of my favorites, and I have that on two things. This was a little sketch that I did for my patrons. I'm gonna grab that too because it's always fun to see actual sketches turn into products. Here is the postcard that I had for my patrons. It's not exactly the same, but that's what a sketch is all about. It's, a sketch. It's kind of similar. I'm going to set that right there. This is just me working through some gouache that I was testing out for Letter Sparrow. And as you know, with Letter Sparrow, I already have a gouache set created with Kelly, and it is called Terrain. I will link her in the description box. She is one cool cat. If you have ever wanted to try handmade anything, I suggest go check out her website. She has watercolors and gouache. This is me sketching for one of my classes that I did on my website. It's a lesson, actually. I call them lessons. I walk you through the process on how to sketch this cute little orange bird, and I did a few of these for that lesson, and I will link that in the description box for you as well. I have a bunch of free lessons over there. It's just things that I've pulled from YouTube that are only my lessons, and I've put them over there. But then there's also a handful of lessons that I've created that you can purchase. They're relatively cheap, and they're an hour or two long, and it's just really fun because you can pause the video and take your time. You can watch the video as many times as you want. All you have to do is have all the login information, and you are good to go once you've purchased the lesson. These are just more practice with Letter Sparrow gouache and exactly what I wanted to do for the video that I have here on YouTube. I'll also link that in the description box for you. It is a mini lesson on how to use the Terrain palette that I created with Kelly. Now this right here was a lesson that I did on Patreon, but it is coming to my website soon. If you wanted to learn how to sketch a daffodil, then it will be available for you, and you already have the link in the description box. These are more sketches with the Letter Sparrow gouache. I was really excited to try every formula that she sent me. I worked really hard on trying to explain to her what I thought of them and, how good they were and what needed to change if they needed to or anything like that. This is actually possibly in the works for becoming a postcard for Patreon. We shall see. More sketches using the gouache and more of a watercolor technique. Really like that, and I like how it applies to the paper. Super smooth, almost feels like it's not even on the page. Here's some ballpoint pen sketches. You know how much I love my ballpoint pen, because here's some more. This is my, what is this? June reward. Let's start here. This was a Draw This in Your Style challenge that I found on Instagram. I love to search that hashtag on Instagram. And even if the Draw This in Your Style challenge isn't happening at the moment, it doesn't matter to me. If the image piques my interest, I go for it. And that's kind of what happened here. These two were actually something that I used for my Patreon rewards for the month of June. Here is how the postcard turned out. I absolutely love that. And then this is the little sticker. My husband calls this the alien strawberry. I just really like it. I love the black and white. I also had a black and white cicada drawn for Patreon, and I love that one too. Here are some carrots. I talked about this in my last video about how, yes, it's an everyday object and it's not that exciting, but it brings back so many memories, especially way more than this, because we got them at the farmer's market and it was a whole thing, you know, you remember that time. Whereas this was just drawn from my head. I was testing out more gouache and trying to figure out what I wanted to do for that YouTube lesson. Here we are again, more gouache. This is what you do. You practice, practice, practice. I was trying out different hill methods. I seem to really like the left side of the page for the hill. Interesting, huh? Everyone has a preference. Here are some fruit. I don't know what this is actually, so, but it's ballpoint pen. If I would have colored it and watercolored it, then I probably would know, because they would be a certain color. This is the final set of gouache that I was sent, and I love touching this page. The gouache goes on so well on this paper, and actually the gouache that Kelly has made from Letter Sparrow goes on the paper, any paper I've used, so beautifully. I just love it. This I'm actually considering making into something for Patreon. I'm thinking sticker, and this is done with watercolor and ballpoint pen. I really like this. This is a page that I just kind of drew my day. Nothing fancy, just ballpoint pen and watercolor. Ballpoint pen and watercolor. I am getting ready for a big launch on my website. And there's a theme here if you cannot see it. So I'm just practicing and seeing exactly what I want to create for a possible sticker sheet or a focus sticker for the launch or something like that. So I've been sketching a lot of beach type themes. I really love this guy. He is definitely going to be a sticker of some sort, probably a large one, a focal sticker. This I did as a video here on YouTube. I'll link it in the description below. It shows a lot of my process, so that might be fun. And then these pages from here on out are the pages that I did for that last video. I had a lot of fun doing that video. This right here is something that I did for Patreon, a Patreon lesson. It will be coming to the web shop soon. Probably with my launch that's happening. That won't be happening for a while. Stay tuned for that. I can't give exact dates. There's a lot going on in my life right now, but I'm excited to launch all these classes and new things that I have coming. This is a page that we did on camera. Same with these. This is actually gouache and this is ballpoint pen. Which one do you like better? They're very similar in zooming in and on a fruit. I know it's not the same fruit, but I'm curious on which one stands out to you. Leave that in the comments below. I think that's really fun. And then the last page is just me talking about this sketchbook, how much I enjoyed it, how much I didn't, and all the bits in between. I hope you enjoyed this flip through. I really have fun filling sketchbooks and flipping through them for you. And if you haven't already, please like the video, comment down below, subscribe, share it with a friend if you think that they would be interested in it. And until next time, I'll see ya.